Okay. Thank you for watching. Unstoppable is the topic of the reading. Unstoppable is the topic of the reading. Okay, it is a general collective reading. I'm definitely an unorthodox, reader. So if you're looking for something more traditional, probably not the channel or the reader for you, and that's okay. Okay, my readings and teachings, they're past, present, and future. Men and women, masculine and feminine, all zodiacs. At the end of the day, not just take what resonates, be practical. It's your life. Be grounded. Try to have your feet planted in both worlds, right? So you need to know your own life, practicality. I never guide or advise anyone, including myself, to simply take any types of actions based on any kind of reading, okay? There needs to be some connection, some dots being connected in real time in your life, okay? That's jiving, okay? The title is Unstoppable. Already, straight away, we have pre-read. We've got Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And in this deck, collective, this could be you as a divine feminine. This Seven of Wands is a peacock, okay? So everything that these people have been throwing at you, all of the blockages, all of the attacks, all of the slander, all of the spell work, all of the gossip, all of the theft, all of the smear campaigns, all of the projections, all of the, stuff collective people have done. The only thing that this has done for you at this point is it made you unstoppable. Okay, you've learned how to protect and defend yourself. You've learned to, like peacocks have these feathers, right? All these colors, and when they spread them out, right, everybody can see. So this has helped you in your Queen of Cups energy here to spread your wings, okay? For some of you, you're unstoppable, based on something that your mother could have done, a mother figure, right? That could have been jealous of you, that could have been doing the projections and causing the blockages and attacking you. They were hiding this from you. People did a lot of stuff because you put out them scissors her, because they were lying to you with this Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay? And here you are, Empress. Like I said, your mother was lying to you. Somebody could have been lying to you about a wife or a girlfriend. Yeah. Okay, unstoppable. They were lying. Then we have the World here. Yeah, cycle has closed. And look at Saturn energy. I don't know if this is representing Saturn, but look, Saturn energy. Long game, child. Been a long time, right? A lot of karmic energy. Unstoppable. You done close this shit. Something to do with the King of Swords. Here we have, why is there always a King of Swords and a King of Cups? And then, anyway, let me stay focused. Stay focused. You are unstoppable. All right, let's get into it, collective. Oh, at the bottom of this deck, it says it's a Queen of Cups again in one of the decks that I created. Now, on this deck, it says they're all gonna, now, it's either they're all gonna fall or they're all gonna die. Child. Again, this could be something to do with people even trying to end you. okay, behind a toxic feminine figure, mother figure here. All these people, whoever they are, it says they're all gonna, and this is Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This shit is not gonna work. Okay, these are the ops, okay, that keep trying to block your development, that keep stealing, that keep trying to cause instability here. This could be workspace people. This could be people that retaliated against you, okay, that was in the workspace, or something to do with work, or something to do with your mastery or your development. Unstoppable. So all the stuff that they're doing is not going to work. Okay, so let's get it. Why are you unstoppable, or what are you unstoppable against? Let's get a little bit here. Unstoppable. The Divine Collective. I'm watching them. Advertisement. The pungent. The lies. Shadow energy. Yep. The lies. The relieved. Shadow. Box. Wonder reverse. You're unstoppable. Maybe there's a package coming. Maybe it's something to do with why you were wandering, what people were doing, what people did for money or awards. The serial. This could be serial people that do this, like, you could be serial killers, serial thieves. What they was doing for a award. Anybody who's able to do this could get, you know, such and such money. Yeah, definitely. Something with shoes. Look, I see shoes. I see a dollar sign, exclamation point. This could have been something that you were going through or went through as you were trying to seek relief for yourself, as you were trying to stabilize something. So you're unstoppable here. Let's get a little bit more. Unstoppable. I got them. Count them all as they come in. Mark them all. And let that energies, their investments, be directed to each of themselves prospectively in their lives, in their space, physicality, and reality. And abracadabra, and so it is, and so it will continually be. And those who are shadow banning my platform, identify them. Explico the government as well as TikTok that's involved with that. And bring them down. Hit their shit. So they can understand this is how this is gonna go. Forever. Okay. Unstoppable. Love it. Unstoppable. The alert. Unicorn. There you go. Yeah. The alarm has been sounded, or you took whatever the alert was that people were trying to, corrupt. Boom. There's been a, there's been an alarm sounded that motherfuckers is corrupt. And now everybody is under the microscope. Everybody. That's what they get. That's what they get. The noble. Yeah, you were honorable. And then people tried to silence you. This trumpet going in the reverse. They tried to stop you from telling something, or they could have tried to stop somebody else from telling something. Or as you were seeking relief from situations, these people were trying to kind of like intimidate you and to stop you from telling something about them doing something for money or for a reward. Okay? The open, like domino, the wand. Yeah, like they tried to send people in to befriend you or to use sex, use relationships. A millionaire could have did this. Somebody who's a millionaire could have offered this to people. And this was treacherous. Yeah. A millionaire could have put a hit out on some of you all here. Okay? And this was a treacherous act on somebody that was on a journey. As you were seeking, you could have had to travel far away or something like that. Try to take you down. This is when these people did these treacherous acts while you were trying to find relief. Ooh, child. These niggas is stupid. These niggas is stupid. Yeah. Millionaire, fragile, and nervous. Yeah, these people, you know, could have tried to take advantage of the collective in the fragile state to try to make you nervous or something like that. Thought you were fragile, or try to make you fragile while you had to, you see what I'm saying? But you're unstoppable. The collective is unstoppable. Cranky to, yeah. Cranky. Yeah, to take you through, you could have had to wear a plastic wig, bitch. I'm done. Look, you could have had to have, you know, plastic wig and pro wings, baby. Okay? But shit, we mastered that shit, didn't we, suckers, huh? But, they tried to make you cranky or doing something so you would be cranky. This was all to affect you, to weaken you, so that they can commit these treacherous acts. But there's been an alert. They tried to stop that. It's too late. It's too late. Yep. Unstoppable. This is what the collective could have survived. The bearded. Somebody with a beard. Argument going into the reverse. The heartless. Yeah, these people were heartless. Truth about all of this is coming out. Pajamas. They could have sent you some kind of fucking cursed ass pajamas and shit. The hitting. Ooh-wee. You probably threw that shit in the trash. Complaint. And then was trying to complain against you or something like that. Or was upset that you put in a complaint because of people trying to possibly restrict you and create certain unnecessary hardships for you. And it wasn't disrespectful, and people could have tried to act like it was, or act like they didn't disrespect you or something like that. There was somebody who was willing, a colleague that was willing to do some fucked up shit. In a workspace possibly. Somebody's colleague. Unstoppable magazine. Delayed, nervous. Yeah. So these people could have created some kind of delay for the collective. Guardian. Delayed. Nervous. Okay, they could be nervous now. Yeah, demanding. Yeah. Could have acted like you were demanding. It's funny how people do that when they know they up to sneaky shit, huh? Yeah. So, collective, whatever this is, there's an investigation now. Okay, because it says the demanding and investigation. There could have been false stuff that was taking place pertaining to the collective, or half-truths or convoluted. Could have been false stuff that was taking place pertaining to the collective, or half-truths or convoluted. Okay, because you know, okay, they definitely know how to do that. Okay, yeah, these people cause delays for you. They wanted to do that. Guardians in the reverse, they were trying to, for some of you, these people could have been trying to get guardianship over you. They could have been trying to get guardianship over your children, and a part of that could have been so that they can get whatever monies that was owed to you or your children, or whatever opportunities. Okay, so there could have been some kind of a plot to create a box. Okay, some of you, yeah, to slow you down and delay you, to make you soft, to make you weak, to make you frail, to make you easy to probe. Wow, the delay. Yeah, they were trying to take guardianship, or they were trying to remove your protection or your children's protection through these delays so they can get some kind of guardianship. These people need medicine. Hotel. This could have been something to do with in a hotel. Somebody could have poisoned something of yours in a hotel, in juice, food, if they knew somebody at Taco Bell. Woo! Oh, expose. I saw it. Expose. All right, so these are people that could have been trying to throw you under the bus or set you up for something and so-called expose you, collective. The only thing that this is ending up doing is exposing themselves. See, people's obsessions are going to catch up with them, one way or the other. Their obsessions with trying to set innocent people up, their obsessions with trying to get vengeance because people have a spine, assertiveness, a backbone, defend themselves, their obsessions with stalking and stealing is gonna catch up. Backbone, defend themselves, their obsessions with stalking and stealing is gonna catch up as they're obsessively trying to so-called expose the people that they're violating. Looking for dirt. I'm gonna expose you. How you can't, dear. You are already foul, honey. Where do you think this is going to end up because of it? Yeah, these people are doing stuff to make you itchy. Like, for some of you, these people did shit. They sabotaged your place, your children's place. They did shit. Most certainly they did. Putting shit in the air, the vents. You know what I'm saying? Sending motherfuckers to put shit on doors and doorknobs. And these motherfuckers did shit. Some of them could have utilized maintenance and things like that, because listen, some of the corruption goes that far. Because when the other shit don't seem to be working, then they have to figure out ways to infiltrate physical spaces to get to the person's physicality. So that means they're going to have to use resources such as restaurants, delivery people, landlords, managers, maintenance. They're going to have neighbors. They're going to have to utilize those things. Well, unstoppable. Yeah, they were callous. You were dealing with a lot of callous people. Impertinent. They were eager to be callous. These people were eager to cover up something, to lie, to be cruel. to dismiss. Somebody was eager to dismiss some kind of proper medical evaluation, or didn't care. They could have done something because they figured nobody would be able to get evaluated or something like that. Could have done something. This could have been a medical professional who did something, or somebody that did something to someone that was sick. Lightning, child, because you wise. And a beaver. Beavers are very resourceful. Beavers, in nature, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but beavers on the dams and the rivers or whatever, like they know how to like make some shit up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? They know how to build. They ain't gonna survive, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna survive because them and they beaver homies is gonna build some shit and So collective, this could have been you making it do what it do with what you had to do it with, considering, okay? Considering the circumstances of your life. Yeah. Yeah, so now there's an investigation. The jolly, and we have door. Yeah, an investigation of whatever these people have been doing to try to have doors closed for you, or control whether or not open doors or opportunities. They were happy to do that, okay? But now there's some kind of investigation about this because you are a guru, and they wanted to kind of knock the hope out of some of you. And so there's an investigation now. What was causing these delays? What happened to you? Who was involved? The fact that people have put hits out on you and your children's head for money. The corruption that's involved, whether that's government or businesses, relatives, family, all of it. Something could belong to you, and this is coming out like this is why these people kind of try to drive you into isolation and then do all of the shit to you while you're in isolation because they wanted to get what was yours, and then they were going to try to finish you all off while you're over there. Yeah, okay, email and hotel. Okay, so there's some kind of email. Maybe somebody was emailing somebody while at a hotel. Okay, maybe some proofs and truths is about to come out about an email. Scruffy. Yeah, maybe when y'all was at a hotel, somebody emailed somebody else to do something. Teasing, talking about their teasing. Yeah, these people could have, again, been clowning you, teasing you. Message in a bottle in the reverse. Yeah, because they blocked something here. And people wanted to make something hard for the collective because you complained or you gave them a 1 star. These people could have put in false complaints on you. Unstoppable. Modest, dancer, tipsy. Yeah, you were dealing with drunkards. The stained, purchase, a purchase. Staircase, unstoppable, tipsy, dancer, ball, stained, wise, intimate, twisted. Yeah, there was some twisted shit. A barista could have been involved. Somebody could have once again put shit in your drinks, your coffee. It could be somebody at a coffee shop. Okay, but these people are twisted. They are twisted. And then I just saw the meeting, or creepy, or Zoom. These people are creepy, okay? These people try to make it seem like you were creepy, that you were lazy, or something like that. Was having Zoom meetings about you, like you're creepy and you're lazy, okay? That there's something dark about you, and the truth of the matter is there's something dark about these people. They were trying to block the knowledge and the light that you all are providing here. These people are creepy because they're sitting there stalking you. Okay? Placing judgment where they do not have jurisdiction to place judgment. Not able to do their damn jobs properly and stick to their damn jobs. You could have realized that these people were creepy. Okay? Like, why do you need to see me on camera so goddamn much? You're creepy. Claiming I'm creepy. I'm lazy. What is your obsession? What's your obsession? Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. What's your obsession? You're creepy. You're the one stalking me. You're the one obsessing to view me. So who's creepy? Who's creepy? Do your damn jobs and stick to that. And see, for some of you, this is people who couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. They were too busy nosing about your life separate from what had to do with whatever particular business that you had with these particular entities or individuals. Unstoppable. They never thought, somebody's thinking about divine feminine. Somebody never thought this journey would be over. A wealthy man is going in reverse. He possibly never thought his ass was going to get got. That his ass was going to have to face justice for using his money and his resources to put a hit out on people. Or if he didn't do it, this is a wealthy man that because of his connections, okay, taking his ass to the bank. Because you are the official person. This could be representing an ancestor. This could be representing the divine collective, but this could also be representing uncorruptible authority. Okay, that's fencing to bring down that hammer. People that can't be bought and sold. So people be talking mad big shit about their integrity and how good of a person they are, until that just right corrupt MF come to them with the proposition. Yeah, expectation, a child. Yeah, great fortune in the reverse. Yeah, to steal something. They've been doing something to some of you since you were children. This could have something to do with something that was left to you as a child, was supposed to be given to you or left to your children. Or again, this hit out on you and your children in order to be able to keep what they stole or to cover it up. And they thought they would do this while you collective was off in the woods and shit like that, and pay all these sorry motherfuckers here. Unstoppable. Yeah, they put work in, nigga. But see, they didn't expect for you to do the same either. Like, they've been putting work in on you and your child to make sure you didn't get some unexpected income, okay? They've been putting all sorts of work in, not just spiritual, not just spell work. Because some people will be like, well, just no. These people, they hit all cylinders. This is why they had to start infiltrating and getting close. And, you know, this is why they had to do it. Because the spell work in itself wasn't getting the job done. Okay? So they had to hire people to get close enough to infiltrate. Okay, to be able to get something personal of the collectives, to get into their auric field, to, you know, sabotage their environment, you know, with some kind of toxicity, to, you know, they had to, and sorry to have to inform you, they knew this from the beginning. They were involved from the start. What they were going to do is simply play like they wasn't. See, I'm going to pause because some people are going to be real sad in the next 2 to 3 months. What these people do, this is why it's insidious. Unfortunately, you know, they lean into the weak-willedness of men. Okay? Their ignorance, their shadow, their ego issues, they really just lean into it and play into it strong, to get them to not only betray themselves, but to betray the collective, right? Now, here's where it's going to get really interesting. Because when it all comes out in the wash, when it all hits the fan, those who want to pretend like they didn't know anything of it, because see, remember, a lot of this stuff is secret. They're making these deals in secret with people, which is when these men, some of these men get caught up, it was a secret, you see it? So here is how this ends up working in the favor of the people that's really behind it. If it happens to go far or shit starts to blow up and hit the fan, those men or those people who took the bait and was willing to do the deeds, since the other people that hired them or that, you know, initiated it, they're behind the scene. It's a secret. Yes. It's a secret. So they're going to play dumb to their friends and family. They're going to play dumb to the judicial system if it gets this far. They're going to be like, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't even know where they were. I have no knowledge of that. I don't know that person. What are they saying? They said that I hired them. I don't even know them. I hired them. I asked them to do this to the collective. I don't even know where the collective's at in order to even ask these people that. I have no knowledge of that. I have no way of knowing that. I've been too busy to, yeah. See, this is why I tried. You know, people got to crash out and live their lives and do what they gonna do. But this is what I already knew. The people, the minions that they use to do the dirt is the ones that they are going to throw under the bus. They are going to do that. When that investigation hits hard and them questions start to fly and people start to get called in and whatever the case, since they did it to where their hands is clean, they're going to get rid of any email. They're going to try to get rid of any correspondence. They're going to try to. That would link them to initiating something. Anywho, unstoppable. Yeah, I just saw coffin, death for money. Yep, I saw it. Causing endings, death, attempting to, for money. To not have to, a family, yeah, family room. Some of you all, unstoppable. It was your own family and other people's family that was trying to disrupt your stability, that was trying to make you homeless, that was trying to keep you stuck in some kind of cycle, trap you so that they can disrupt something. These fake ass karmics. Fake. These fake ass karmics. Okay? Trying to claim you fake. This is mental illness all day long. All these people plotting all this stuff, but yet they're trying to push that it's the collective that is unstable and mentally ill. Wow. It's insane. And people are stupid enough to actually believe it. Concern in the reverse. Yeah, you don't have anything to worry about, but they didn't want to have to worry about losing this money. They didn't want to have to worry about you getting what was yours or you finding out about what they stole. So they've been doing shit to you. Yeah, this house. For some of you, it's a house. It's a house. It's an inheritance. It's something that was meant for the collective so that you and your children, I'm telling you what I know. This is why some people might as well just get their affairs in order. They might as well just do it. Okay? Because it's none of you people's judgment call to make if there has been orders for something for somebody. Okay? So just get your affairs in order. That is not your call. Who you are, what you do, your opinion, none of that. So, but since you all thought it was, now you got to pay for your call that you made. House. See, collective, you are not supposed to be having to worry about that because you are on a journey and a path to real transformation and some real changes up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Stopping this bullshit. Huh? This family toxicity, these family cults that they pretend to not be in and shit. See, that was you. And for some of you, there were people on their deathbed that ancestors were able to get to. Okay? While they were ill, while they were sick, or something like that. And karmics decided differently. So now karmics are going to have to deal with some things. You are unstoppable. You are not in despair in spite of all of this. Okay? Yeah, in spite of people blocking messages and communication and blocking you or something like that, you ain't worried about it. You're still unstoppable because look, a gift. Yeah, they blocked. Yeah, they blocked that shit. 17 energy, Aquarian. Thief. Ooh-wee. Thief is in the reverse. People never thought that they were going to have to take account or that they would be caught. This false person better get out and look. Fuck around and find out. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's fuck around and find out. If you haven't already. Mature woman in the reverse. Yeah, for some of you, this is somebody who passed away, or this is an old, immature lady. Okay? That could have been jealous of your gifts, or who did not want you to have something that belonged to you. Yeah. Who this hoe? A whole community. They're about to lose it all. Community going into reverse because of what they did to try to keep themselves out of poverty by taking something that belonged to someone else. So they're about to lose their little privilege, honey. They didn't want you to have what was yours with their little marriages and shit. Their marriages is about to go to shit. If they have marriages, it could be couples. They were dishonorable. It could be a couple that did some dishonorable shit here. And poor health. This is my bad health card because I lost it. So they hid what they did to somebody in poor health, or the records, the decrees. It's something to do with somebody in poor health, and this is what they hid. This is what people hid. And this is a younger karmic feminine. That's a part of the family. And somebody's child. Again, somebody's child, or you collective, or both. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this was dishonorable. These are some dishonorable motherfuckers. Lovers in the reverse, so they might as well get their affairs in order. Okay? Unstoppable. This is what you all have gone through. Unstoppable. People try to affect your health, try to make you sick in secret, you and your children. Did shit to you and your children in secret. When they had proximity to you, they were doing ritual work otherwise, and then when they had proximity to you and your children, they did shit. Oh, honey, get your affairs in order. Get your affairs in order. All right, what we got here from the tarot? Unstoppable. Look at 5 of Cups. They didn't think you'd ever see it. Going into the reverse, Divine Feminine sees more than folks think she does. She's walking karma. Or they thought that you would sink into some kind of a depression. These people did not regret anything. They did not regret. They have no remorse in anything that they did to block you from having supportive energy, or stealing from your business or your wishes fulfillment, or trying to stop your independence. That's a part of why they didn't want to give that, why they didn't want to let that go. You know it though. Unstoppable. You know that was a part of it. If we can withhold this, then we can stop their stability. Then we can slow them down. Then we can possibly extend by some time to continue to invest in spell work, to continue to invest in hiring corrupt officials and people who are desperate for a Walmart gift card. We can continue to infiltrate that if we can just manage to keep them unstable, or keeping them to have to be subject to government programs and subjected to apartments, and then we can just infiltrate these particular managements and housing authorities and so forth. Wrong. This is how they hang themselves. 7 of Pentacles. This is how they did it. This is how they're doing it. Trying to stop the collective's plans and the people, sowing into your lives here. They didn't want you to get healthy. These people were investing in trying to make you sick. If they can keep you in toxic environments, living impoverished, okay? Working with corrupt motherfuckers, okay? Slumlords and things of that nature. To stop you, okay? Ooh-wee. They didn't think you'd ever know. They didn't think you'd ever see. They didn't think you'd ever figure any of this out or get any proof. Could be to do with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody that think they fine. or bully, a warlock that's in distortion because of their mental illness. What do we have here? Yeah, 9 of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. These were selfish people that did not want you to have wish fulfillment. They wanted wish fulfillment at all costs. They didn't want you to have what was yours. They wanted what was yours, decided to, you know, try to block that. Toxic karmic lovers are livid. Major changes in a negative way. They didn't see that this was going to flip back on them, that their investments was going to flip back. Their schemes, their plots, their investments in causing harm for the collective and their children, blocking opportunities, trying to create restrictions, trying to trap them up and set them up. None of these people thought that this was going to end up. Told you. For some of you, if this was a love thing, they never thought that you would retract it. They never thought that you would go on a journey of self-love, that when you experience negative changes that people created for you, unlike them, the collective know how to go on a journey of self-love and do things in a healthy manner. Yeah, trying to poison you and your kids. Yeah, your mama. Because it says Divine Feminine's mama ain't no good. Her. She never thought that you would go on this journey of self-love. See, these people think they know you. She don't know you. She never did. She don't fucking know you. She knew, if even that, the damaged little girl that she had a role in playing, being a damaged little girl. But she don't know you, Divine Feminine. She don't know who she fucking with now. She don't know. Yes, sir. Yeah, she was disloyal to her own daughter. She was behind the stagnation. She's behind people being disloyal to the collective. Yes, she is. And they never thought she'd know. She was the one that was blocking, or at least one of the ones that was a part of blocking reciprocity, or you and your children receiving what was yours, the charity that people maybe want to give your child or you. She's been the one taking. Right? Unstoppable. You are unstoppable. She's been the one fucking with your love life. You have men that fall in love with you, Divine Feminine. Even if that wasn't the plan. You have men that fall in love with you. This got these people burning up. So she's the ones that been getting other people to infiltrate and kind of bud in your love life and claim that you're some kind of whore or that you don't have anything to offer, when that's the true story of her and the ones that she have on a pedestal. She's been surviving off of your energy. Excuse me, you don't have nothing to offer. Living off of you and your kids, shit. Disloyal and whore. She forgot her life story. She's still that way. Yeah. There's 3 men that are all living in regret, Divine Feminine, pertaining to you. One of them could have been a King of Cups. And one of them could have died. Yeah, entities. Because these entities that these people been conjuring and sending your way with this 8 of Wands is upset with these people. Is upset with these ops. These handlers. Eight of Swords, here we go. I don't even know what he was thinking. Something to do with the twin flame. Okay. Eight of Swords. These people possibly never thought that you would be over them, that you would get out of your head behind something here, or they never thought that you would just figure out that it was them sending shit to you. Seven of Wands going into the reverse. That you're not protecting, fighting for stuff with people who are sabotaging you. Keep that as record. One, 5, 4. 1, 5, 4. Here we go. 1, 5, 4. 1, 5, 4. 1, 5, 4. Expose them all. Yeah, these people never thought that they would lose power and control over you. These people have been stealing energy from you and your children via spell work, via entities, via gossip, via theft, stalking you. Okay? They didn't want you to be able to rise above. They didn't think you would rise above their foolishness. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. For some of you, people didn't think that you would ever let them go. For some of you, people thought that you would always have some kind of financial struggle because of what was held back from you, because of what was intentionally stolen. They never thought it was going to be pop back, nigga. 7 of Wands going into the reverse because they thought that you didn't have no protection. They thought that you wouldn't defend yourself. They thought that you wouldn't know anything about it. They thought that you wouldn't fight for yourself and your children. Wrong. People thought that you were weak or you were alone or you didn't have any protection or something like that. People did not defend you when they should have. They're paying for it. Possibly your father paid for it. It says divine feminine's father ain't, and he wasn't. Okay? He wasn't. And ain't no need of, suddenly people become something else because no, sorry. It's not how it works. Now, what he did with his death, that depends. Okay? That depends. All I'm going to tell y'all is it depends. If he, the level of severity of his life and his choices and his involvement, it depends. Now, some of y'all, he may have taken an option. Okay? In time. It could have been a premonition. It could have been before the death. I don't want to get too deep into that. Because if feminine is tapped in or a masculine is tapped in and they're able to tap into other dimensions and stuff like that, time is fluid. So something could have actually happened in terms of spiritually and energetically before it. That's interesting. In order for it to be able to take effect once dead physically. Interesting. Very interesting. So that depends. Another day, another video. Okay. Yeah, secrets. This theft. These lies, these secrets, these betrayals. Okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay? So this is definitely about cheating and sneaking around. It says that a masculine was in love with divine feminine. Secretly. Oh. Secretly. It says secretly. Okay? And wants to marry her. These people couldn't stand to see divine feminine happy. So they never thought, you guys are unstoppable. They never thought that you would figure out that they were trying to do things to affect your options and choices. And they were possibly doing things to anybody who wanted to do right by you. This is when you know you're dealing with a cult. Okay? I don't care if it's a family group. I don't care who and what it is, but this is how you know. If you want to figure out cultic behavior, if somebody wants to leave a group and if somebody wants to do the honorable thing, the cult has to come in and attempt to sabotage that. Okay? Because they have to preserve their reputation. They're trying to preserve their reputation. They're trying to preserve, hold on to whatever they stole. Okay? The dishonorable things they've been doing in secret in order to have the wealth in which they've gotten. Okay? Okay, boom. They never thought you would unravel or get unstuck. Yeah, they never thought that you would be able to recover from the cruelty. I have Queen of Cups in the reverse. They wanted you to end up just hard and cold and brokenhearted and bitter just like them. Ain't gonna happen. You're just not gonna give it to people like them. Okay? And a part of it, they could have been mad that you stopped nurturing these people. Okay? Because again, it says Divine Feminine and her children are healing from these cold-hearted folks. Okay? So they never thought that you would really be able to, because they made sure, these ops, they made sure with these people to keep you in a state of confusion, create plenty of blockages here through your work life, have people assisting them, 10 plus people. These ops are gonna lose everything. They have been trying to block Divine Feminine's mastery because they know. These ops, these handlers. Yeah, there's a Two of Cups. They never thought that you would figure out that they were using your love life collective against you. I just said it earlier. They get to weak-willed men. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's full of addictions, full of trauma, full of drama, full of ego, and full of problems. To come in to betray you. They don't bank on people falling in love with you though. Okay, now there's some kind of loss. They didn't expect you all to overcome these losses. Three of Cups is going into the reverse. These people could be going through losses right now. This was definitely toxic dynamics with family. This is a masculine's family on this deck. I mean, on this card. Yes, sir. They were involved too. 10 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. It was these people who was sure that this would take the collective out. Okay? They were sure of it. That you would be confused, not know what to do, that you would be just so burdened and overwhelmed by not knowing who's who. 10 of Wands, going into the reverse, these clones. They didn't think you would figure out about these copycats that was in cahoots and that got their father to work with them. Or a father figure, or a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn male. Yeah, they tried to hide this jealousy, Divine Feminine. It says 2 of Swords. Divine Feminine's blood relatives are jealous. Shaking my head. And with this coming in the reverse, they never thought that you would figure out that it was them. You know what I mean? They could have thought that this would forever be hidden, that they were the ones doing domination spells on you and bindings. And, you know, they never thought that you would get free of it, but also find out the truth. That it wasn't just people that you were dealing with, it was your people that was hiding this from the world, including the collective. And like I said, it says here, attempted to do what? Yeah, we already know what this Knight of Cups energy here, these motherfuckers definitely been attempting to poison y'all and attempting to, you know what I'm saying, do this via your love connections because you stopped fucking with them. Oh, see how this goes? When you start putting up boundaries and start cutting people off, this is why this thing is going to get real big. When you start to say, okay, enough, I'm going to, you know, woo. And then these people amp up the ante. Oh, well, you don't want to deal with me. So I am going to infiltrate those that you have to deal with. Whether this is anything pertaining to your children, where you work, who you date, anyone that you connect with, I am going to go to work and infiltrate those things so that I can get proximity by proxy. By proxy. And that's why they should get their affairs in order. Yep. These people have been trying to stop the glow up. They cannot compete with you. 5 of Wands is going into the reverse. They never thought that you would overcome all of these attacks, all of this stuff they've been doing to drain you. Yeah, they never thought you wouldn't care anymore because you have exes that was involved. 3 of Swords in the reverse, it says Divine Feminine's exes. Let's just say shaking my head. They never thought you would get over this stuff, and you did. You got over these men, you got over these relatives, you got over shit. You got over all this fake shit because the collective realized that these people weren't, it says, look, they fumbled the ball. They didn't have nothing to offer you. They're thieves. They'll do anything for money. They didn't see you as the bag. It says Divine Feminine realized that 90% of the people that she has been around are nothing but children in adult's body who happens to have money. They didn't think you'd ever figure that out. That in the past, you know what I'm saying, it was them that was trying to stop your ships from coming in. It was them that didn't want to work with you and team with you properly, didn't want you to have wins or successes with your hard work, but didn't want other people to work with you. They didn't want it. Yeah, they didn't think you'd ever see it. So now these people are taking some hits for their past actions. A stepdad, your stepdad too. I have this Ace of Swords here. It's in the upright. He knows the truth. It says that he's a coward. That's what the card says. And with the Ace of Swords coming upright, this tells me that he is either a part of it or he knows the fucking truth. Okay? They didn't think, maybe they didn't think he would ever see the truth. Maybe they didn't think, child. Unstoppable. 6 of Cups, about the past, about your childhood here, and about a twin flame. Some masculine of your past. They were summoning entities. Entities. 8 of Wands, sending that shit to you and your children. Okay? And now these entities are angry with them. And these elites are being demoted for constant violations, trying to spiritually demote you. Okay. Unstoppable. Let's get a little bit more. No, I'm going to use that for the final messages. And let's all use the tarot here, the other tarot deck. Unstoppable. Just so you all know, I am screenshotting and keeping record of everyone who comes into my lives. And if I'm able to prove a pattern, as I am doing official filings, my social media will be brought into question. Just so you all know. So if you are a stalker and you're somebody who's just keep coming in, you're not supporting, but you're showing yourself as a pattern of doing so, you might be brought into question. Why are you stalking this lady? Apparently you don't like her content. So what are you up to? What are you doing? Okay, what is going on with these people that are in shock right now about the collective being unstoppable? What's happening with them? The collective is unstoppable. What's happening with these people? What's happening with them? Ooh, King of Pentacles is coming in the reverse. Look, and this is in a whole nother deck. The King of Pentacles is coming in the reverse in a whole nother deck. So what's happening to them? They're losing money. They're losing stability. They could be going through a divorce with a Sagittarius. Or they can be, yeah, they can be fencing to go to jail. Eight of Swords. Okay, they can be in jail, fencing to go to jail, feeling stuck, feeling trapped, trying to figure out how to get out of some shit. The King of Pentacles is a poor leader in the reverse. They're a poor leader. They're overly materialistic. They're very greedy. They're entitled. They'll definitely do anything for money. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Wands is in the reverse. They're getting bad news that they may go to jail. Okay. Yeah, for this, what they did against the law. Okay, for hiding the key. Hierophant in the reverse. This could be something to do with Taurus, or a Taurus could be going to jail for hiding a key or hiding some information between two, you know what I'm saying, a house, fraudulent paperwork. Yeah. They may be trying to take a plea bargain here. I have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. For pain, yeah. Strength. The Towers in the reverse. Seven of Cups. They're trying to find strength and see what their options are in this situation about an Aries. Possibly because it fell on top of Aries. Yeah. Whatever this stronghold and loyalty that they had to Aries. Okay. Now this has brought some kind of bad news. They're losing everything here. They may be getting a disease. They may be going to jail. They may be getting a divorce. They may found out that this person was non-committal and that they themselves were out there entertaining other options. How they gonna get out of this situation with this person? Two of Pentacles in the reverse, because they're no longer confused. And now they're, yeah. They could be on fire. Justice is in the reverse. Yeah, they're getting karma. This could definitely been something to do with mirror magic and illusion. In this depiction, it's a mirror. This was unfair. There was some kind of, yeah, trying to do stuff on the judicial system. This could be a corrupt lawyer, a corrupt something, and they could be concerned about what's about to happen. Because Aries could have had some kind of domination spell on them with Strength and the Seven of Cups. It's a domination spell with the Knight of Pentacles, Strength, and Seven of Cups. That's, you know, domination. That's be loyal to me. That's an illusion. They could have did it by way of poison or by way of putting something in a person's drink, or just spinning illusions around them to make them loyal to her or him. Yeah. This could be a Taurus. Eight of Wands is in the reverse. Like I said, somebody is about to go to jail. Or they having travel issues. They can't. Okay. What's happening to these people? The karmas. What's going on? Three of Swords, heartache, betrayal, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Emperor, Eight of Swords, Six of Wands in the reverse. This was disloyal. people are fencing to go to jail. An emperor, okay, or Aries could be getting the message that because of this work that they put in, or this crooked work that they've been doing to betray the collective, to stop them from being able to take flight, they're under final judgment. Judgment in reverse, star in the reverse, the fool. This was foolish. To try to create some new beginning for themselves. What they did. Tower. They're trying to spin some illusions right now. They're doing some spell work to get people to be loyal to them and believe them. They're doing spell work on the judicial system. They're doing spell work on lawyers and judges. They're doing spell work to get them to have compassion for them. They're trying to figure out how they can spin this to get these lawyers, these judges, these prosecutors, these jurors, you know, to have some kind of compassion for them. They're going to try to spin that they were brokenhearted and confused, you know, because of their relative or somebody passing away, and that they were confused about something. Yeah, Four of Swords, that they were just stressing and tired and exhausted, and they didn't know what they were doing. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, that they didn't know, or they were going through. My God. Yeah, so they're going to try to spin an illusion. They're going to try to lie and say they didn't know. Yeah. Yeah. But unfortunately, you know, this is going to be exposed. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay. And then the Wheel of Fortune. They're going to try to do that in order to spin the wheel in their favor. And if they can't, they're going to try to be like, you know, I'll never do this again. I would never. Yeah. Yeah, they're sad right now. They're exhausted. They're stressing out. They're over drinking. Because this, yeah, they're trying to hold on here. Tower in the reverse. King of Wands in the reverse. These could be dark practitioners trying to figure stuff out. Eight of Cups and the Devil. Okay. So that's some of the karma that they're going through right now. Why is Tower reversed as a karma though? I want to know why is the Tower coming in a reverse. Let me screenshot that. Plan to use every bit of it. So, yes, spell. Plan to use every bit of it. So, yes, spell. Yeah. They're using spell work right now to try to see how they can get this to turn in their favor. Okay. Because of this karma. I asked, why is this karma, bad karma? Because of spell work. I am screenshotting everybody, so if you're a stalker, just know that I am making files here, and I'm doing official filings with court, and my social media will be brought into count. And so if that's what you are, just know that you might end up getting called if they have discovered the pattern of your activity here with no support, and I mention my relations or what I suspect about it, you might be notified, just so you know. Okay. So that includes you, TikTok, your review board, guidelines board, owners may be called in, your staff, as well as some of your content creators here. Okay? That's profiling and stalking people and doing spell work. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Yeah, exactly. It's karma because of their investments, what they've been manipulating situations, including the baneful spell work. This, child. Yeah, 7 of Wands. This is karma. This is ricocheting. This is what they're going to get. 9 of Wands. They keep doing the same thing over and over again. So whatever they think is going to work is just not going to work this time. 9 of Wands. So this is a repeat offender. And so maybe there's going to be something that breaks pertaining to how they've been manipulating the judicial system. Whether it's they know people, there's corruption. All these motherfuckers is about to be brought into question. Got the wrong loyalty, friend. This could be why that King of Pentacles in reverse is scared. Because we got the King of Pentacles twice. That came out twice in reverse. And the Hierophant in reverse. They're drinking. Yeah, these could be addicts. Selfish addicts, and something is about to come out about these addictions. To manipulating it to get their way in a very toxic sense. Investing, planning, plotting in order to get people to invest, to steal investments. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Why are they so worried about this? Because they still plotting, so apparently they think this is going to work. So what are they worried about since they're so sure that this is going to work? They're confident that this is going to work. Why are they secretly worried? Why are they secretly worried? If they're confident that their little love spell, their little domination, be loyal to me, believe me, have mercy, compassion on me. Why are they secretly a little nervous? 4 of Pentacles. Maybe they don't have enough money to do everything fully the way they want. Or something is being held. Why 4 of Pentacles? They don't have the energy, or they don't have enough energy or enough money. Or maybe some people are still holding back. 9 of Pentacles. They feel alone. Or people are holding back from what, their business. 9 of Swords, they're stressing. That's the fear card. They think people are going to be afraid of them or find out the truth maybe while they're sleeping and decide to hold back. This could be they're being tormented, or they could be having dreams of, and with this Saturn energy, they're having some possible dreams that, yeah, well, you can do this, but because of what you've been doing over and over again, put in your bag, shit didn't belong to you. What you've been doing, that's them Saturn rings there. We gonna, what the hell? Yeah, Knight of Cups, yeah. Oof. They could be getting the message in their dreams. I told you. Or something is, yeah, they stressing out. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, they having struggles here. They could be being dealt with in the dream space, in the astral, whatever, or literal people. But this Knight of Swords, they did shit without thinking over and over again. So there could be ancestry 3+ that's angry as hell, and that's letting them know, yeah, go, keep on. Ooh, yeah, 10 of Wands. Keep on trying to say yes on some BS. People finna drop you. 10 of Wands in the reverse, 4 of Wands. Keep on trying to hold on to a house that ain't ever was yours. Or trying to hide the evidence about that. Keep on. Yeah, you're done. There's a Saturn rings again. There's a Saturn rings again. What you've been doing to people. King of Swords is here in the upright. What they did to somebody's vehicle, or they made it their point and purpose to do something. So they're like, you finna get this. You finna get this. 8 of Cups, yeah, and you hide it. 8 of Cups, people walk away from you, and then the Sun in the reverse, and you hide it. And now you're scared. That this is what you be doing to people. When they walk away from you. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, if they want to walk away from what you own. And this is how you want to hide the evidence. Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag. Hiding your addiction, your selfishness. 9 of Cups. 6 of Swords. Wow, they're getting it. They're trying to hide this shit too. 5 of Pentacles. So this is why they know something. They know it's a matter of time, you know, regarding this, what they've been doing in secret, that they're darkness and that they're of darkness, and that they've been hiding this, that they take money to take people down, okay? That they've been working with dark ops and dark energies to do so. Offering people stuff to cut somebody out of something. And that the truth is because the truth is that because somebody walked away, it was done out of anger. Whatever they've been doing. Death. To save their own asses. Ooh-wee. That somebody wasn't dead, or was, you know, they put something in place before somebody was dead. Oh boy. And oh shit. So it's going to be obvious about something. This person is in their ego and immature and a stalker. Page of Swords. They're a stalker and they're under investigation. So what they're doing now is trying to figure out how they can manipulate the investigation. But they know that something they're being told in their dreams or something like that, or getting a message from somebody that it's not going to work this time. It's not going to work. So trying to, you know, get your spells and all that together to bend the judicial system, and using your connects with corrupt. These people are going to go down with you, or they're going to do the sensible thing and get the hell out. If they want to save themselves and their families. So that's that. Whoa. So here's the supportive energy for the collective. You are unstoppable, okay? Collective, here you go. Here you are, divine collective. In spite of all of this, none of these people foresaw this happening, because they know versions of you as a child, as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? They know versions of you that were never even you. That's why I say these people don't know you. They do not know you. They do not have a clue. The same cards, look at empowerment. This Mars energy with action going into reverse, you all are empowered here. You're doing something in secret and in silence. You're dealing with the complexities in the background. Yep. Things are being illuminated. You're getting evidence. The Sun. Woo-hoo-hoo. shit. You're getting fucking evidence. That's why I said these people are going to help you collective. Their obsessions are going to help your case. Child. Because now you're holding back, but you're not. It's seeming inaction physically for now, but it's because of what you're doing in the background. They possibly didn't think that you would ever, crack the egg here. Life force energy. You could be healing and rebuilding and gaining evidence, focusing on your happiness while you're collecting evidence. Gemini. Evidence of what people have been doing to try to stop your transformation or to try to cause endings in death for you and your children. Yep. Your roots. Yep. You're also investigating home spaces. So people that are involved in proximity as well as family. The 10th house. Reputation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you're doing. It's coming in the reverse. So you're illuminating some people who built up a false reputation off of you. That was lies. That was them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you're doing. Like, oh, okay, you gonna project this shit onto me? That's what you're doing? All right, this is gonna get real interesting. There is a revolution here. Uranus, breakthrough. Your name is being cleared. All this false shit. Or that's what you're working on in the background, getting to the nitty gritty of it all. Yep. Boom. Yeah, flow. You leaning into it. Inertia. Sheol and Master. You leaning into something. That's what I just said. You're leaning in. It's not a resistance. You're leaning in. You're like, very well. Then this is going to actually assist me. If I'm going to be stalked, if I'm going to be harassed, if I'm going to be targeted, if I'm going to be, shadow banned, if I'm going to be scapegoated, if I'm going to be, I might as well use it. And what that is getting you to is your happiness and illumination about all of it. Their obsession has led you to finding out all of the truth. You see, it's the fact that people couldn't leave you alone. Some people just couldn't help themselves, and so they got to pay for it. Their obsession with trying to take you down and with trying to prove a point that they shouldn't have been trying to prove in the first place because they were wrong. It's helping them to get found out. Complexity, yeah. I told you, wisdom. You're getting knowledge and wisdom about all of the stuff people have been doing in secret. Whatever they've been trying to do to stop you from taking action. Yeah, you're getting, yes, sir. You're watching. That's what you're doing. You're watching these dark magicians and these manipulators. They may think you're not, but you are. You're watching ass. The 11th house, the edge, friendships, humanity, hope. You're gaining hope. Discoveries. I told you, you all are getting to the truth. You're putting something in place. You're empowering yourself to put something in place before you take action. So you're just getting wiser. It's not that you're going to play the game. Let's just say this. You're going to play the game of the matrix. Okay? In order to get to what you want to get to. You're gonna play the game. Yep, expansion. You're definitely expanding your horizons here. Luck is in your favor. You're hopeful. Okay. You could be teaching. You can also be learning something new and expanding your knowledge base and understanding about the matrix, how to play the game of the lowlives, in order to get the attention of who you need to get in this realm. Yeah, you could be trying to like balance out your thoughts, because these people will definitely get playing a major head game with you. Major. Which is, I have Aquarius here. The doula. Sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, intuitive, tender, nocturnal. You may do a lot at night. Receptive, lunar. Protecting yourself. Working on your emotions, figuring out how to navigate all of this and not have your emotions be exploited about you. Since you figured out that that's what the Matrix does. They abuse you and they assault you and they do all sorts of things to you and your family. And then when you're all, you know, when you're all emotion, it's like Stuffy Stufferson from Stuffinsville. I'm sorry, we do not compute. Please provide penal code 456 in order to get a response. Click. At bottom line, we may not like it, but that is the way it is, okay? In this realm and plane of existence. So collective, you're working on that because you're highly intuitive, very sensitive to energy. It's a beautiful thing. It's just, it ain't fitting for this plane of existence. Okay? It's just not fitting. It's taken advantage of. And you're starting to realize like that is a lot of what was done to you and your children. Let's get them reactive. Let's get them reactive so that this could look like we ain't a nut. Yeah, Leo is here. This could be a past lover. You might not be tripping on that or some shit. Or a past lover. A past lover could be somewhere trying to expand or gain some wisdom here. Yeah, roots, family, about family. Because your family will fuck you up. Shit. Yeah, people that's always trying to attack your identity. First house, stealing from you here. Yeah. They wanted you to affect your self-esteem or your identity or your physicality, because first house is still about roots. It's about foundation. It's about the self. It's about self-esteem. It's about your identity. And you realize something here, that you don't even identify with these motherfuckers. You're expanding. You may even find out some information about your real family in this investigation. It may branch off. You may take off into investigating from, these criminal acts, sub rosa shit, RICO and all this shit. It may go from that to you deciding, okay, who my peeps, bitch? Let me get my blood examined. Let me get an ancestor kit, because I don't think I come from these motherfuckers. I have reason to believe. I got reason, good ones, to believe I am. Kind of always felt like something was off about that. But like anything else, you can start looking like your environment. We have all heard those sayings, how when people are married to somebody for a long period of time, like it seemed like some of their features start to, it's the same phenomenon. You're raised in an environment yeah, the moon is coming in reverse. Yes, so what you all are doing is unraveling the illusion. You're trying to get yourself in a place to where you're not emotional, okay? Because you have to deal with these things from a neutral stance, even though it affected you, it affected your children, no doubt, okay? But you're just figuring out a way, okay, so that you can address these things and get the attention that you need to get, okay? Voyager, you're a Voyager, Sagittarian energy. You might be a Sagittarius, okay? Sagittarius could have been involved, but this is just like a philanthropist. This is somebody who's generous, independent, ethical, okay? Happy-go-lucky, and people didn't like that. They needed people to see you as somebody that is unhinged, unstable, grumpy. That's what they needed the world to see, because the world at large is ignorant, okay, to what people be doing to people in the background. But you're tapping back in. You might be about to travel. Boundless, because it says traveling. Yeah. Some of you may be fencing to do that. Or you're about to find out something about an Aries going into the reverse. Why is Aries in the reverse? Sagittarius. Craft, your sixth house. You're mastering something. You're paying attention. You're working on your health and your well-being. Purifying whatever these people have been doing to you and your children, which is including you're taking necessary precaution on the legal side, working on those things, your body, so that you can, I see it, so that you can, okay, be fully present and active to pursue legality, travel, whatever it is that you're going to be needing to do in order to bring about justice. Yep. This could be why, yeah, you're about to be granted some kind of opportunity. Yep. And that's what you're getting yourself ready for. People that's going to be helping you, supporting you. Instead of these thieves, these fucking thieving asses, internet thieves, social media thieves, all day. Okay, beautiful. Something about assets. You may be about to get something. Maybe you're about to retrieve what was stolen. People gonna have to cough some shit up, or they gonna be on their knees crying. Yeah, they're trying to fix your assets, but something is about to go in your favor here. Last messages here. Let's see what signs we have or messages here. Oh, this is not the final. Damn it, I thought this was. This is a small deck. Let's do it like this because it's too small. Gemini. Oh my God. Now, I don't know, we're finding out that our astrological signs might not even be accurate because of what the Matrix did with all that. But anyway, Moon in Gemini. Some of you may have had Moon in Gemini, at least you thought you did. Okay. Stress may be an issue. Okay. So you're dealing with that, or there's a Gemini. Woo. You're getting to the cause. Oh, some of you guys got a totem of a cat. It says moon totem cat. Oh, it looks like him, Osiris. Osiris. He sleep. Oh. It says make time to focus on your own spiritual well-being. So that's what you all are doing. You could be playing with the cat and connect to the metaphysical world around you. Oh. So spirit animal, totem cat, but also your physical cat. Some of you could be doing that for your well-being. It says studies show that cats can help reduce stress and lower the cortisol. That's an actual scientific study, okay? Just so you know, not everything is woo-woo-y. This is a holistic approach. Okay. Somebody may have a totem of a wolf. It says, beware of your wilder side. Instincts spin out of control. Some of y'all is like, "Rrr." That's why you're here. It's like, I'm gonna get y'all all these niggas. Dealing with these motherfuckers. Okay. Moon totem here. Oh, you have a new beginning. So we have the moon totem cat to help you through whatever this stress is with the Gemini, to balance something out, and then luck is turning in your favor. It's an auspicious time for new beginnings. Let go of what is causing you inner turmoil. Casting away emotions that are no longer serving you. So that's what, yes, that is what you're doing. And I know this is hard to do when you're constantly being assaulted or afflicted. So this is why this is here. Yeah. God got you. Virgo. Somebody's health was affected. Issues surrounding health and exercise. Focus on your physical well-being. The time is ripe for some new opportunities. Maybe the new moon. Okay. Wow. Spend time with family or helping others. Avoid situations that can be a drain. Yeah, that could be what you're doing. So with your kids, your pets. Now is the time for focusing on finances and practical matters. Okay. You're letting go of what's causing you stress, people, things. And I've been seeing them. Oh my God. And I was wondering, because I've been outside, like lately, the last week or so outside, I keep seeing a bunch of frogs. And one time it just, one frog stopped and I was like, you're not gonna hop and go away or something like that. And I was just like, what is going on here? It says frog, the path has been cleared for you. Oh, wow. To make the change that previously seemed unachievable. This is where you're going. This is why this is here. Maybe by the time the next waning moon or the next new moon. So we have a frog, cat, and hare as your totems that's supporting you. This could be why you're seeing frogs, cats. Oh, a path is being made. Cat is in the house. Yeah, that's why you're doing it. Let go of emotional concerns and focus on achieving. Embrace high levels of motivation, and then your energy will bring the feelings. Okay? Yep. Meditation, contemplation. Celebration is on this way here. Okay. Okay, boom. I likes that. I likes that for the collective, because, yeah, I got you. You're not alone. It ain't just you. And people have been trying to keep you emotional and reactive. So I get it. It is easy for spiritualists, gurus, teachers, religious people, anybody to just sit up there and say, oh, just this, just that, you know, as if you're not dealing with something ongoing. Most people be thinking that it's just referencing something that took place being past tense. So what most people aren't getting is that what about ongoing? Because nothing is stopping for nothing, right? This is why I'm advocating exactly. You're correct. Nothing is stopping. So it serves us to get creative with innovative ways to keep kind of working at that, or finding ways to balance it out or transmute it, whatever you want to call it, because it's ongoing. So we do need an ongoing approach so that we can continue to do these things we need to do in the background to address them. Union. It looks like a union is going into the reverse, unless I have all the decks in the reverse. No, I don't. Let's see. I thought I had the whole deck. Well, it looks like they are. Something about a union, but I think they're all reversed. Or somebody that didn't have the willpower for something. Union. Knowledge. Oh. You're going to get some knowledge about what happened. You're going to get some knowledge about a breakup. You're going to get some knowledge about why someone didn't come into union with you. Someone couldn't overcome some kind of a fear. Maybe somebody's going to tell you that. A curse. Yeah. You're going to get a knowledge about the curses somebody put on you. The spiritual work that they put on you or wished on you or tried to create. Yeah, to fuck with your confidence or to fuck with somebody else's confidence. Or whatever they did to you, which is why they can't come in. Creativity, something with your creativity. People was cursing and stealing your creativity. For their own financial security. This is, ooh-wee, because of your magical powers, okay? They wanted them for themselves or something like that. Elixir of life is one in the reverse. Yeah, you might get a message about somebody dying or why there's no union, because people was trying to basically trade places with you, putting some kind of curse for your energy, and they hid it. They lied. Learn the truth. It's in the reverse. If somebody refused to learn and didn't want you to learn the truth about love or something like that, finding love. Here's the seahorses. Somebody was afraid. Somebody caused people to be afraid. Don't worry, all these people gotta get dealt with. I have safe travel in the reverse. This could be people wanted people to be scared to travel, so they could have been doing spiritual work. Long-term abuse do cause in some people agoraphobia. People are weird. Cutting ties. Somebody wasn't able to cut ties, was afraid. That's cultic all day. Shit, nigga. all day, bitch. Or people who just wanted to hold on to you for something for money, and this created an imbalance. You may be getting the knowledge and the truth that people was using knowledge to do this. To get people off, but this is being exposed. You're going to get the information about what was creating all of these imbalances. And you will get this financial security restored. This is why they were trying to dysregulate you all for their own. Somebody literally was for hire. Disrupt this person's emotions and I'll pay you. Cause them emotional unrest. Unnecessarily so. And I'll give you $5,000. I'll put the down payment on your car. I'll give you a Walmart gift card. I'll give you a big screen TV. I'll give you a new position at your job. I'll get you a promotion. Leadership, they're going down. Yes, sir. Corrupt leadership. Leadership in the reverse. Corrupt leadership and people who couldn't take proper leadership of their own life. And this is going to be revealed because I have concealment and it's in the reverse. Protection is in the reverse. Yep. Something about somebody was scared. There was no protection or they were afraid. Wow. Some of y'all are about to get messages from people that's going to basically just tell you all about, not that it's going to make it any better or right, but there's going to be some people who contact y'all who tell you all about what was happening, why they never came forward, who was interfering with what, they were threatened to not come to you, or them and their families would be affected, and they were told they better not say nothing, or they gonna get, whoop-de-woo. Yeah. Some of us even told they better not cut ties. If you leave, which is a classic of a cult, this is what we gonna do to you. We gonna create imbalances for you. You're gonna lose your financial security. You might go to jail, whatever. Divine guidance, yeah. These people have been trying to disrupt your divine guidance. That's what some of them were hired for. Once again, we do have the frog here. People were not following their divine guidance. Okay, you all continue to defend and protect yourself. Continue to be mindful, because at the end of the day, if people are willing to sit back and let you and your kids suffer, those are not the people. I don't care what their reasons are, because what they're communicating to you is, at the end of the day, if I have to choose, then I'm gonna be willing to let you and your children suffer unjust cruelty in the name of trying to preserve myself. So if that's what they're on, these are not people that you owe anything to. Okay? Chances are you were trying to help some of these people for a very long time. And they sat back and watched and allowed in the name of saving themselves. Okay? So whatever come what may, let them continue to do just that. Okay? Because what you are here to do is preserve you and your children from these injustices that people have caused you and continue to try to cause. That's where your energy is to go. Okay? Your energy, your focus, your efforts. Only communication anybody needs to be coming at you with is if truth, proof, period. That's it. But in terms of your involvement with anything they got, nope. Nope. Because as long as, you know, thing I've learned about humans is when things are high on a hog and everything is going the way people want it to go, and they are convinced that they've gotten away with it and they're getting these benefits, it doesn't matter if you and your children are suffering at that time, because at that time they still don't care, because it hasn't hit home for them, it hasn't touched them, it hasn't impacted them, so they're cool with that. They only suddenly become uncool with it when they realize they asked for to get got. That shit is hitting home. And some people really about to lose careers and homes and stabilities and all sorts of shit. All in the name of their greed, their jealousy, their assumptions, their prejudices, their misguidance and misinformation given by closed-minded, narrow-minded individuals, groups. It's grow up hour. It's time for humanity to look at themselves, for the ones who still have the capacity to do so. Because most don't. They're blinded by their own wealth. They're blinded by their own accomplishments. They're blinded by their own entourages. They're blinded. They do not have capacity to look at their grotesque nature, to look at what they're doing in secret in order to have some of the very things in which they have. They're not able to see the error in their own ways. They're not able to smell the poop. Nose blindness. These are the types that have to go through some severity, extreme, because they live like that. They cause it for others. And it's supposed to be used to get their attention when it finally catches up. That's what it's supposed to do. Like, we've been knocking, okay? You don't like this that you're experiencing at all. You're having a bitch fit. Now, we're hoping that you can now become a self-reflective person. Are you able to see your conduct? Are you able to look at what you've been investing in? Forget what you've convinced people. You know what the truth is. Are you able to do that? No, this is why you're here. Because you think you're larger than life. You think you're untouchable. You think that you can live your entire existence and have none of your shit knock on your door. This is why this is here. Because you need to know your power, your resources, your clout, your connections in high-low places ain't gonna matter, honey, when it's time.